Welcome to the course on Localizing the Sustainable Development Goals through Decentralized Cooperation. Before we start, do you know what decentralized cooperation is? It consists of developing cooperation between different local and regional governments and their association. The idea is to join forces across physical boundaries in order to strengthen the political and technical capacities of cities and territories. The ultimate goal is to involve economic and social actors at local and regional level to jointly address current development challenges. Decentralized cooperation is governed by several principles so that the results of its implementation are successful. These are reciprocity and horizontal relationships. Relationships between partners in decentralized cooperation are much more dialogue-based, symmetrical, and respectful than typical donor-recipient relationships. Proximity and participation. Local and regional governments are closer to the communities and can find appropriate solutions more easily through dialogue and participatory processes with local stakeholders. Multi-stakeholder and multi-level governance. Decentralized cooperation allows for the cultivation of collaborative spaces that facilitate decision-making with local actors. Partnerships based on exchange and mutual learning. The DC is based on partnerships between decentralized governance agencies from countries in both global north and south and calls for shared policy agendas, objectives, and results. And solidarity. In contrast to cooperation between states, decentralized cooperation tends towards less protocol-based exchanges and more solidarity-based exchanges with concrete objectives and impacts. Over time, decentralized cooperation has been adapting to the new narratives and dynamics of development. Since the emergence of the 2030 Agenda, DC tends to align with and activate the Sustainable Development Goals, known as the SDGs. These same SDGs serve as a roadmap that must respond to the desires and needs of communities at the local level. They also call for strengthening the links, communication, and coordination between the various actors involved in order to generate a greater impact on the well-being of people and the planet. The ultimate goal of this training is to enable you to rethink your own DC strategies, policies, and/or projects under a new approach integrated with the SDG framework, principles, and targets. Thus, during the course, we will use the bicycle analogy to refer to DC. We will associate the elements of the bicycle that allow it to move forward with the critical components that allow us to achieve cooperation objectives. In this sense, decentralized cooperation as a concept represents the territory. The front wheel of the bicycle represents providing strategic guidance. However, establishing a policy is ineffective without the second wheel, which involves the actual management of the project. Likewise, the two wheels of the bicycle can only move forward if they are driven by the concerted action of the pedals. Following our analogy, this is where we would introduce the important role of financing in DC. Shall we begin?